The ocean at sunrise can seem like the most peaceful place on earth, calm, endless, and serene. But beneath that gentle surface, in the quiet darkness of the deep, a clock is ticking. It's not the sound of an approaching storm, or the echo of a distant conflict. It's a threat that has been growing in silence for over 80 years, a danger that began during the deadliest war in human history and never truly ended. This is the story of a forgotten casualty of war, a shipwreck that has become a slow-motion environmental time bomb, sitting right off the coast of the United States. And the most terrifying part? It's just one of many. It all started during the dark days of World War II. The Atlantic Ocean was a lifeline. Day and night, convoys of American merchant ships braved the treacherous waters, ferrying fuel, weapons, supplies, and something just as precious: hope. These were ordinary vessels, crewed by ordinary people, carrying the essential cargo that would ultimately help win the war. But they were not alone. Beneath the waves, a silent and deadly predator was hunting them. Enemy submarines, the infamous U-boats, stalked the shipping lanes, turning the sea into a battlefield. For one of these ships, its journey would end abruptly and violently. A torpedo struck, a sudden, catastrophic blow. There was no time. The vessel went down fast, swallowed by the cold Atlantic, taking its entire cargo and the souls on board with it. The war raged on, battles were won and lost, and the world eventually moved on. The sunken ship was forgotten, just another statistic in a global conflict that claimed millions. Decades passed. Calendars were replaced, generations were born, and the world above changed completely. Modern container ships and cruise liners now sail the same waters, their crews oblivious to the wartime relic resting on the seabed directly beneath them. For over half a century, the wreck lay undisturbed, a silent steel tomb. But time is a relentless force. Rust never sleeps. And eventually, a strange phenomenon began to appear on the ocean surface. A dark iridescent sheen. At first, it was faint, almost unnoticeable. A little slick here, a small patch there. But it was persistent. Quietly, slowly, oil was leaking from the depths. It took time, but scientists and researchers eventually pieced together the puzzle. Using satellite imagery and historical records, they traced the mysterious oil slicks back to a single point on the ocean floor. They sent down remotely operated vehicles, and what the sonar images revealed was chilling. There it was, the ghostly outline of a rusting World War II-era ship. The hull was corroded, covered in marine life, but its cargo holds were not empty. They were still filled with what it was carrying on its final voyage: oil. Millions of gallons of heavy fuel oil, trapped inside a decaying steel shell. Think about that for a moment. Millions of gallons. For context, that is a significant fraction of the amount spilled in some of the most infamous oil disasters in history. And it's all sitting there, a concentrated blob of pollution waiting to be released. What's more, this isn't some barren, lifeless part of the ocean. A rich and vibrant marine ecosystem has grown up around the wreck. Fish, corals, and countless other creatures now call this ticking time bomb home. They live, breed, and swim just feet away from a substance that would instantly destroy their entire world. The experts who study these wrecks are deeply concerned. They've run simulations, and the models are terrifying. The ship's hull has been weakening for over 80 years. It is under immense pressure from the ocean above and is being eaten away by corrosion from the inside and out. If the hull were to suffer a major structural collapse, either from age, a subsea tremor, or even a powerful storm on the surface, the result would be catastrophic. The sudden release of that much oil would create a massive spill. The simulation graphics show a thick, dark plume spreading rapidly, poisoning the water column from the seabed to the surface. And it wouldn't just stay in one place. Ocean currents could carry the toxic slick for hundreds of miles, devastating entire coastlines. We're talking about pristine beaches, sensitive marshlands, and vital fishing grounds, all being coated in a thick black sludge. The economic and ecological damage would be measured in the billions of dollars and could take decades to clean up, if recovery is even possible. We're not just talking about a hypothetical future event. The leaking has already started. Small, chronic leaks are releasing a steady trickle of oil into the environment. While cleanup crews can manage these smaller surface leaks, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. The core problem, the source of the pollution, remains on the ocean floor. So the obvious question is, why not just go down there and remove it? Why not pump out the oil or raise the entire wreck? Unfortunately, the solution is nowhere near that simple. In fact, trying to intervene could be the very thing that triggers the disaster we're trying to prevent. The wreck is incredibly fragile. The steel is brittle after so many years underwater. Any attempt to drill into the hull or attach lifting equipment could cause it to shatter, releasing everything at once. It's a high-stakes engineering puzzle where one wrong move could make the situation infinitely worse. Because of this delicate balance, the official strategy has been one of constant monitoring. The U.S. Coast Guard and other agencies use advanced technology to keep a watchful eye on the wreck site. They survey the hull's condition, measure the rate of corrosion, and track the small leaks. It's a reactive approach, born of necessity, but it's a terrifying waiting game. And the risks are increasing every year. What we have here is a ghost of the past that has become a very real threat to our present and future. A war relic, once a symbol of a nation's struggle, has transformed into a dormant environmental weapon. It's a time bomb that was set 8 decades ago, and we don't know when the timer will run out. It hasn't exploded yet, but as we look out at our beautiful coastlines, we must remember the dangers that lie hidden beneath the waves. Time is not on our side. Some wars, it seems, never truly end. Their consequences just ripple through history, waiting for the moment to surface. Thank you for watching. If you found this story important, please share it to raise awareness. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world.